Hello folks, how are you? How was your Christmas? I was about to shoot a video about vegan spirituality when chat with GARLAND FARMS started, and I feel completely destroyed, so I think I won't make that video today. Definitely I will make it because the topic is interesting. But I think right now I want to shoot just a fast response to our conversation and a fast response to YouTube activity of GARLAND FARMS. If I were hunting lobby or even poultry farms lobby, I would definitely contact such a guy. I would pay him well to trick vegans in such a way that they would never even try to approach such a problem like crop deaths. And I'm saying this because isn't it weird that noticing some big problem, because yes, it is a big problem if some bad guys are shooting deers who are trespassing fields. I'm sorry if my English is incorrect. Some vocabulary might be strange for you. Sorry about this. But anyway, yes, it is a problem. And this is something to be talked about if some American hunters shoot the deers. With a very strong emphasis on American. Because this is a very interesting thing that we don't use such methods in European Union. And this is my first response I would like to start with. You probably have seen many GARLAND FARMS videos when he's presenting American hunters who are supposed to be representation for the vegan speech. What is his goal in doing this? Isn't it the goal to make vegans keep away from the topic? Far away and never approach the problem. Because yes, he is successful. There are many response videos from various channels. I won't name them here because why should I? GARLAND FARMS style seem to set vegans into defensive mode. So they are recording debunk videos and comparing this problem with other bigger problems, because indeed factory farms are bigger problem. The problems there are much more massive. The scale is much bigger. The degree of cruelty is much bigger. And absolutely, we never should compare those two types of cruelty, because even shooting a deer is a tragedy, but is a comparatively short suffering comparing to, for example, the life of a chicken from a factory farm, where every second of existence of such a chicken is pure hell. So I think if to compare those two tragedies, we should calculate rather in this way, like seconds of agony. So, for example, in case of deer, I don't know, depends how precise is the shot. So it might be some seconds up to some minutes. So we must compare this with approximately 6 weeks of agony. But doesn't matter. I definitely agree that tragedy, unnecessary death is always a tragedy, and we should talk about it. So I think as vegans we should also start spreading awareness about this problem. However, the problem is what we can do about it. This is actually a political problem. And do we, as vegans, do we have such a political power to make enough pressure on politicians to change the law? Because basically it's all about law. Just please compare those two situations. In United States, hunters are shooting deers, birds. In European Union, we don't do it. So you see, it's not because of vegans. It's not that vegans are requiring plants for their meals. it's about politics. The situation is so much different in those two continents because in USA, every stupid guy can buy a rifle and can shoot to the birds or wherever he wants. While in European Union, this is forbidden. There is no such a chance. Nobody even considers such an option. In fact, I have checked the website of professional crop protectors in my country. And I checked what methods are being offered. So I must tell you, shooting birds or any animals is not at all even considered. I guess in whole European Union. So how possible that it is possible to produce plants in Europe in more, let's call it humane way, but Americans cannot do it? Is it the guilt of vegans? No, I think it's the matter of politics. So in Poland there is a variety of methods being proposed. But mainly, I checked the vocabulary because this is not the vocabulary I'm normally using. I think the word was terraced. Let me make sure. No, deterrence.
Deterrence.
Okay, so deterrence. So those are mainly deterrence-related methods. So there are various acoustic devices being offered using ultrasound, various devices, or what is also being offered, it is a combination of several methods like acoustic deterrence plus visual deterrence. Several methods are, and so this company, which website I have visited, they make an offer like contact us and let's design crop protection methods like designed particularly for your situation, depending where you live, what kind of plants you have. So there are plenty of various methods. Many of them are vegan, like no animal is being hurt, but also I must admit that many of them are non-vegan. Of course, there is trapping or poisoning also included. So like 50-50, there are vegan and non-vegan methods of crop protection. So I think our job is to spread the awareness about the fact that it's not only the product itself that it should be vegan in the meaning that, it's not flesh, but it's plant, but also we should care about the whole method, how it was procured. So it's a big problem. It's a big problem because we are not a majority. So we don't have, as vegans, we don't have enough power to dictate our conditions. For example, in Poland, I live in quite a big city, 500,000 people, and there are actually only 2 big supermarkets in the center where there is some choice of vegan products. In other supermarkets, there is like almost nothing, or even there are such supermarkets, depending how close you live to the city center, but there are also such supermarkets where there is nothing at all. And sometimes I approach the staff and I bother them asking, excuse me, where is the vegan shelf? I'm trying to teach them that vegans exist already. The shop staff, they have no idea what veganism is. So when I ask them where is the vegan shelf, they show me the shelf with stevia, xylitol, artificial sweetener. So they consider vegans as kind of diabetics. And also there is very low awareness of veganism in the whole society. So in fact, if you search the keyword veganism, for example, in my language, you will mainly get the results related to diets, losing weight and stuff like that. So how me as a vegan I can dictate the agricultural methods? How can I dictate to farmers which method I want to get my product? Which method I want them to produce the final product? Normally we are not aware If we go to the shop, we have no idea how it was produced. And I think, Garland Farms, you are expecting too much from the, I would say, rising, developing, still being born movement. There are few of us. The awareness is low. Maybe in UK it's a bit better or much better. But we don't have a political power yet. And you want to make the situation even worse because you expect too much from fresh vegans who has just become vegans, and they only know they want to do something to rescue poor animals. So this is their first idea. Okay, I am sensitive. From now on I will care about animals, so I stop, buying meat and so on. And you expect that immediately this person is aware of everything and has a power to demand from politicians to change the law. For example, I don't know, in USA maybe you need to talk about too easy access to firearms license. I don't know even if you need a license at all, or maybe everybody can just go and buy a rifle. I don't know what's the situation there. So that's mainly political problem. And you, instead of trying to first of all, to spread the awareness of the problem, maybe talk to, of course, to vegans, to ecological organizations. Yes, I think those two groups are probably the most proper to talk with, vegans and ecologists, and just to start to initiate this discussion. So instead of this, you're trying to kill this very weak movement, and you're trying to sabotage the conversation in total. You want to silence vegan to never even start this topic, because that's not the way you invite the other party for conversation. Many of vegans are young people, teenagers, students. I think most of vegans are young, and you are blaming them, those people who are learning about life, who live in the cities, who maybe have never been in the village. For example, me, I have been in the village when I was in the kindergarten age the last time. I have never seen the cow or the pig in a short distance. Maybe I have seen some cows from the window of the train when traveling through Poland. And you are blaming us for the situation in agricultural business. I think the problem is that there are too few vegans among farmers, because if they were vegans, they would definitely choose those vegan methods, because there are plenty of vegan methods. And I think I will get back to this topic and will start introducing vegan methods of growing vegan products. But let's get back to just one very, very super simple idea. Getting back to those deers. How possible that farmers know how to protect their herds from spreading away, from running away, or I don't know what other word I should use. They know how to keep their herds, like cattle or goats, whatever they have, in a limited area. They know how to build the fences around, even they use electric fences, no matter what method, but they know how to deal with the problem. So how possible that farmers know how to prevent animals from crossing the border in that way, but they completely have no idea. They are totally lost, completely stupid and brainless, and zero idea about how to prevent animals to cross the border the other way. Why? They know how to build fences against bulls going away, but they have no idea how to prevent deers to come in. And they have No other way. No. Zero. Empty. The head is empty. If about the opposite prevention, or maybe because they are non-vegans, maybe they enjoy using their rifle, maybe they want to have this deer for their dinner. Have you ever had such an idea that this might be the reason? If about birds, I read that it is very beneficial for the crops if there are some birds, and it's really worthy to even sacrifice a part of crops for birds, because birds also prevent spreading insects. So they control the population of various insects. So it's better even to let the birds eat some grains, because they are so beneficial for the crops. So those methods which I mentioned before, because those methods were actually against birds, again, what was the word? Deterrence. So this deterrence was of course against birds, and it's being used only when there is like excessive number of birds in a certain location. Normally, it's better not to do it. Birds are beneficial for the crops. That's what I read. Alright, this is just a fast response, and I will be back to this topic definitely with some more information and advice. You see, American farmers are so helpless that they really need the help from Polish singer, because otherwise vegans are accused of stupidity of American rednecks. Thank you very much and see you soon. Bye bye.